as the sea's bound to wash upon the sand. How long will I want you? As long as you want me to. Longer by far. How long will I hold you? As long as your father told you. As long as you can. How long will I give to you? As long as I live through you. However long you stay. How long will I love you? As long as the stars are above you. Longer if I may.
Would you all please rise?
Around the rings come, I look up on my knees and out of love. I look up. Night is always first of day. Must know light to see in the cave, but I won't run. I won't run. Not this mind and not this heart. I won't run. And I took you by the hand. We stood tall. Remembered our own land. And be left there. I guess I'll just go home, and God knows where, 'cause death is just so full, a man so small. Well, I'm scared of what's behind, or what's before.
Who gets this right away?
Her mother and I do.
You may all be seated. Dearly beloved family and friends of Steve and of Jill, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you all today and to be with you for this very special ceremony. How wonderful to be gathered here together at this moment to witness such a beautiful union. The couple is so grateful to be marrying at a time when all couples in loving relationship are finally able to legally marry in Georgia. And what a joy it is for us to bring together two individuals who have such a deep appreciation for what it means to value a relationship, who have such reverence for family, and who have come such a long way to find one another. Jill and Steve are so thankful to each and every one of you for being a part of today's ceremony. You are here because you are a meaningful part of their community, and you have each, in some way, impacted their journey. The choice to have a public celebration is a very personal one, and they are so grateful that you have chosen by your presence to be a part of their union. Please join me now as we reflect with gratitude on the blessings of this day. May we all take this moment to recognize the significance of this ceremony and to be grateful for the opportunity to take part in this sacred celebration. May we be especially thankful that this couple and their families and friends have been brought together at this time in love. May Jill and Steve be guided, protected, and supported on their journey by the love that surrounds them, such that from this day forth, they may experience great love, happiness, and well-being. Let us now think of all those who played a role to bring Steve and Jill to this moment, but who could not be physically present here with us today. We would like to acknowledge Steve's aunts and uncles, Roy and Denise, Auntie Pat, Ray and Allison, Sue and Nigel, and Jeff and Pauline, and Jill's great-grandmother Ella, as well as her aunts and uncles, Kathy and Jeff, Michael and Kimberly, and Uncle Ernie. We'd also like to acknowledge those who have passed, but whose spirit is with us always, and whose guidance has helped to shape Jill and Steve into the people that they are today. We would like to specifically honor, acknowledge, and thank, from Steve's side, his grandparents, Elsie and Ron Henley, and Arthur and Jean Ragg, and his nephew and godson, Jacob Ragg. And from Jill's side, her grandparents, Robert and Gloria Lima, her grandfather, Ed Cushman, and her father, Richard Kenny. Let us remember them all now with a moment of silence as an offering of gratitude for their influence and their love. The couple would like to offer special recognition to their parents, Dave and Sue, and Bob and Ann at this time, and to thank them for their sacrifices, their support, and all they have taught them about commitment, respect, and the dedication required for lasting long-term love. So Jill and Steve wrote a few words for each other that they have not yet heard from one another. They have given me the honor of sharing a few of those words with all of you today. Jill shares with Steve. I would like first to start off by telling you that never in my life had I thought that I would ever find someone who loves me the way that you do. I had resigned to settle, believing the kind of love that I yearned to give and receive was simply an unattainable fairy tale. I met you over 10 years ago. Although you were one of the most well-respected and successful managers in the company where we both worked, you stood out with your humble nature and your ability to make light of difficult situations. I immediately liked you. We became friends. In Florida, during a business trip, you, so protective and private, confided in me some personal struggles in your life. Your vulnerability and openness touched me. I, in turn, trusted and confided in you as well. After, mostly because I felt sorry for you, I invited you to come to Atlanta for your upcoming birthday weekend. That weekend, I saw that you had the biggest, most genuine heart of any man I knew, and I was smitten. I want you to know how much I appreciate you. You do so many little things for me, like leaving little love notes on the kettle before you leave in the morning, which I sometimes take for granted. You are with me in every single thing I do and everywhere I go. I love you deeply, and I always will, on this day and every day, for the rest of our lives. Steve shares with Jill. In January 2014, we spent many hours talking when we were together in Fort Lauderdale. We had both been through a tough time in our lives, and we connected. I drank too much, I talked too much, and you didn't run. In April, you found out I was alone for my birthday and invited me to Atlanta. I was able to get over the fact that you are American and far too old for me. And I took the leap. You have been my friend for 10 plus years, and when we were together away from the company pressures, our love was easy. You are the most loving, caring, and honest person I've ever met. You have taken everything I've thrown at you, including Stamford Bridge and that 16-hour drive through France with my parents. And you have never once shown anything but love towards me. I'm sure your family was scared to death when you introduced me to them, as was I, but they accepted me. I feel loved by them, and I am fortunate to have them in my life. My family loved you from the moment they met you, which was no surprise to me. Loving you is easy. I wake up every day, look at you, and realize how lucky I am to have you. I look forward to spending the rest of my days with you, laughing, loving, traveling, and taking each step in our new lives together. The father of the groom, Bob Ragg, will read a poem now, which is close to the bride's heart. And in her words, while it is about the sensual nature of love, it is also about understanding that love requires imposition, and that all love renders us simultaneously empowered and powerless. Bob?
Cinnamon Peeler by Michael Odaji. If I were a cinnamon peeler, I would ride your bed and leave the yellow bark dust on your pillow. Your breasts and shoulders would reek. You would never walk through markets without the profession of my fingers floating over you. The blind would stumble, certain of whom they approached, though they might bathe under rain gutters monsoon. Here on the upper thigh, at this smooth pasture neighbour to your hair, or the crease cuts of your back, this ankle, you will be known among strangers as the cinnamon peeler's wife. I could hardly glance at you before marriage, never touch you, your keen-nosed mother, your rough brothers. I buried my hands in saffron, disguising them over smoked tar, helped the honey gatherers. When we swam once, I touched you in water, and our bodies remained free. You could hold me and be blind of smell. You climbed the band and said, "This is how you touch other women, the grass cutter's wife, the lime burner's daughter," and you searched your arms for the missing perfume and knew, what good is it to be the lime burner's daughter? Left no trace, as if not spoken to in the act of love, if I wounded without the pleasure of a scar. You touched your belly to my hands in the dry air and said, "I am the cinnamon peeler's wife. Smell me." In addition, just a little addition to that, I have a message for both of you. And it's from Michael Odaji, who wrote that poem. And he says, "Dear Steve and Jill, I'm honoured to be told you'll be reading my poem, The Cinnamon Peeler, at your wedding. But I must warn you that a few years ago someone read that poem during another wedding and a great aunt fainted into the aisle. I hope this has not happened. I send all good wishes to both of you." From Michael O'Douglas.
Steve and Jill also wrote some of their own vows for each other that they have also not yet heard from one another. They will read them now. Steve?
I love your humour, your honesty and your heart. You've kept me going through my bad days, and you've been the voice of reason. You not only let me watch Chelsea every weekend, you spend time to understand it, embrace it and love it as much as I do. I will never forget the effort you went to when you took me to England last summer for my birthday, and we got the chance to see something that no one else in my immediate family here will ever see, being presented with the league title. You've always told me your true feelings about everything, left nothing on the table. Any disagreements we've had have been forgotten the next day, and you've never revisited the bad days. You just treat each day as new and want the best for us. I know you've struggled with even understanding me at times, what I've said in the past, and you've even taken the time to translate for me. You've shown how protective you are of me in many ways. You're always there to come to my defence and are fiercely loyal. It's something I don't or will ever take for granted. I have a few less years than you, probably. But the days I get to spend with you, and our future is so exciting to me. I feel so lucky to have you as my partner in life, and I promise I will love, defend and protect you always.
Jill.
Steve, you are my friend, my love, companion, and above all, my best friend. I truly believe that there's not another person in the world who gets my humor, my mannerisms, and my heart like you do. I want to thank you for your forgiveness when I make mistakes and hurt you with my daggering words or actions, for your ability to apologize when you are wrong, and take responsibility for your actions and for your unwavering faithfulness in our relationship. You've taught me so much about tenderness and unconditional love, even when it is hard to give. There's no one else I'd rather stay in here, endlessly search for what he's good, have a trinket, or watch Chelsea game with. You even put up with all my commenting and analyzing during the games, which is amazing. You laugh and seem genuinely interested when I go on one of my random facts by Jill Kenyon binges. I want you to know that our friendship and love means everything to me, and I simply could not survive this crazy world without you. You give me courage when I need it, and truth when I need to hear it, love when I'm flawed. I know that life throws my way. Whatever life throws my way, I will be able to handle it because you will be by my side. To be loved and cherished by someone wholeheartedly is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I promise that for the rest of our lives, our relationship is and will be my most treasured possession. And I will take this love with me everywhere I go. You are my one and only, my past, my present, my future, and my soulmate.
And now, Steve, would you please repeat after me? I, Steve, take you, Jill, to be my beloved wife.
I, Steve, take you, Jill, to be my beloved wife.
To have and to hold you.
To have and to hold you.
To honor you, to treasure you.
To honor you, to treasure you.
To be at your side in sorrow and in joy.
To be at your side in sorrow and in joy.
In the good times and in the bad.
In the good times and the bad.
And to love and cherish you always.
And to love and cherish you always.
I promise you this from my heart.
I promise you this from my heart.
For all the days of my life.
All the days of my life.
Jill, please repeat after me. I, Jill, take you, Steve, to be my beloved husband.
I, Jill, take you, Steve, to be my beloved husband.
To have and to hold you.
To have and to hold you.
To honor you, to treasure you.
To honor you, to treasure you.
To be at your side in sorrow and in joy.
To be at your side in sorrow and in joy.
In the good times and in the bad.
In the good times and in the bad.
And to love and cherish you always.
And to love and cherish you always.
I promise you this from my heart.
I promise you this from my heart.
For all the days of my life.
For all the days of my life.
Alfie, would you please give rings to Andy, and then Andy, may I please have those rings? Steve and Jill, may these rings serve as daily and ever-present reminders of the bond between you and of the commitment that you make here today. Steve, please repeat after me. Please accept this ring.
Please accept this ring.
As a symbol of my love and devotion to you.
As a symbol of my love and devotion to you.
You may place this ring on Jill's finger. Jill, please repeat after me. Please accept this ring.
Please accept this ring.
As a symbol of my love and devotion to you.
As a symbol of my love and devotion to you.
You may place this ring on Steve's finger. Steve and Jill, would you please hold both hands so you may see the gift that they are to you. These are the hands of your best friend that are holding yours on your wedding day, as you promise to love one another today, tomorrow, and forever. As you hold the hands of your intended, know that these hands will be the hands that support you, that guide you, that will comfort you and heal you through the decades. Count on these hands as you count on your own. Beloved friends and family members of Jill and Steve, as all of you are such a source of strength and of guidance to the couple, they have asked if you too would take part in a vow pledging your support of their union. If you consent to the following vow, please respond in unison. We do. Do you want to change the question? Because they sound very supportive. Do you pledge to support this couple in maintaining their vows? And do you promise to love and encourage them both individually and as a couple? We do! Henry, would you please approach to do a final reading Foxtrot from a play by W.H. Auden.
The soldier loves his rifle, the scholar loves his books, the farmer loves his horses, the film star loves her looks. There's love the whole world over, wherever you may be. Some lose their rest for gaming west, but you're my cup of tea. Some talk of Alexander, and some of Fred Astaire. Some like their heroes hairy, some like them debonair. Some prefer a curate, some an AD&C. Some like it tough to treat 'em rough, but you're my cup of tea. Some are mad on Airedales, and some on Pekingese, and tabby cats or parrots, or guinea pigs or geese. Patients in the silence, who think they are a tree. I had an aunt who loved to plant, but you're my cup of tea. Some have sagging waistlines, and some have bulbous nose. Some have floating kidney, and some have hammer toes. Some have tennis elbow, and some have housemaid knee. And some I know have got BO, but you're my cup of tea. The blackbird loves the earthworm, the adder loves the sun. The polar bear an iceberg, the elephant a bun. The trout enjoys the river, the whale enjoys the sea. The dog loves most an old lamppost, but you're my cup of tea. Thanks for listening. This was Henry Lee, and Steve and Jill are my couple of tea.
Well, we do give thanks for having had the opportunity to witness and to be a part of this sacred celebration. May this couple be blessed with ever-deepening love, and may they go forth from here in peace and with great happiness. Steve and Jill, by the power vested in me, it is my very great pleasure to pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss. And everyone, applause for Mr. and Mrs. Steve and Jill Ryan. Let's give them all a round of applause.
As the winter winds into